Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to show you guys how I cut and sew this beautiful dress. I have the sleeve already. I will leave the link of the sleeve in the description box. So I fold my material into two. I will mark 2 inches on the back for zip. Shoulder is 15 inches divided by 2 is 7.5 inches plus sewing allowance. Placing my tape on the shoulder, I measure 10 inches for armhole. I measure 1 inch to trim from the shoulder. Bust is 44 inches divided by 4 plus sewing allowance. Half length is 16 inches plus 1 inch to sew. I will use half inch to sew on the shoulder and half inch to sew on the waist. Waist is 38 inches divided by 4 plus sewing allowance and to sew that. I'm going to cut. I measure neckline 4 inches and I will cut back with half inch. I will cut back with half inch and trim the 1 inch from the shoulder. And notch this for zip. I measure 5 inches for that. So this is for the front and I place the back on top. So I'm going to cut the lining. I will cut exactly as the main material. So this is the down part. I'm folding to 2 and I will measure 2 inches on the back for zip. I mark from top to the down part. After doing that, I will place the front on top where I mark. So I remove 16 inches from my tape. That is half length. This is the top. This is the half length. I remove 16 inches and I measure waist. Waist is 38 inches, but I'm going to add gather on the waist, so I add some inches on it. So this is hip. I measure 58 inches divided by 4 plus sewing allowance. So as you can see, the way I mark is not straight down. You can see the way it is like a triangle. So I measure on the down part 2 inches. I'm going to trim that out. So I will cut just like that. So you can see the way I'm cutting the down part now. You can see the way the cutting is not straight. So for the pocket, I measure 7.5 inches for the pocket. And notch. I'm going to sew pocket on the front. So I measure 10 inches on the back for zip. I'm not going to sew there. I'm only going to sew from after where I mark for zip all the way down. So this for the pocket, I measure 15 inches for the pocket, and I measure where my hand will go through 7.5 inches. So I will sew on the front. So this is how I'm going to sew on it. After sewing, it will come this way. I will first sew like this. So I'm done sewing on the back, and I leave 10 inches open like this for zip, and I sew all the way down. And this is the front, and I'm done sewing one side of the pocket. So this is how it is. I'm done sewing, so you can see the way it is. Very simple if you pay attention to it. So I'm going to show you how I fix the second pocket. So this is how I will place on it, and I will sew. After sewing, I will bring to the back just like this side. After doing that, I will sew 2 lines just like the front for gather. So I've already done the front, so this is the back. I'm going to draw. Please try and draw gently so the thread doesn't cut, for the thread not to cut. So after finish doing that, I will place on top like this and sew on the 2 sides. After sewing the 2 sides, before I sew the half length on it, I'm done sewing. So I'm going to sew the half length on it now. Like I said, I will leave the sleeve, the video on the description box, the link to the sleeve on the description box of this dress, and I will also leave this dress in the description box of the sleeve. So the reason why I make different video of the sleeve and the dress is because I don't want the video to be too long. So I'm going to join this. So I'm going to join the waist now. I'm done, and I sew zip. I didn't know my camera went off when I was showing how to sew zip. I'm sorry about that, guys. So this is the final look. I'm done sewing. This is the waist, the gather on the waist, and this is the back. I'm done sewing, and I just give it a light ironing. So if you have any question, please let me know in the comment section. If you are new, please subscribe and remember the notification bell. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you all in my next video.